Start.
Hello friends, good morning. जय हिंद. I am Dr. आशीष शाह for समन्वय ब्रीफिंग्स. आज तारीख 6 दिसंबर 2025 और आज भी हम प्रेसिडेंट पुतिन जो कि वापस जा चुके हैं रशिया, तो उनकी इस विजिट से जो 30 घंटे के आसपास उनकी जो विजिट थी इंडिया के लिए, उसके की टेक अवेज के ऊपर डिस्कस करेंगे थोड़ा सा. राइट. ओके. तो एक जो सबसे बड़ा टेक अवे इस विजिट से आया है वो है, एंड आई विल यूज दिस वर्ड कॉल्ड एज डिफायंस. प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का एयरपोर्ट पर जाना, प्रेसिडेंट पुतिन को रिसीव करने और वहां से साथ में फॉर्च्यूनर में बैठ के दोनों का साथ में बैठकर अपने ऑफिशियल निवास तक आना, यह कोई मामूली घटना नहीं थी. यह एक बहुत बड़ी जियोपॉलिटिकल मैसेज था. एंड द वर्ड दैट आई हैव यूज्ड फॉर दैट इज कॉल्ड एज डिफायंस. India has shown to the world that it has a strategic autonomy and it will maintain it no matter what. Despite the sanctions imposed by America on purchasing Russian oil and trying to break the Indo-Russian nexus या दोस्ती, India, or rather PM Modi, went ahead and declared to the world that Indian-Russian friendship is here to stay and we will continue to go together on mutual path of mutual benefits. So this was a very big message which everyone should focus. And with the same logic, we would also like to request to America that it is high time that they start looking to this India-Russian partnership from a different angle. The sanctions imposed by American authorities on India is very short-sighted. It's very short-sighted. It doesn't serve any purpose. It has not served any purpose. Right? यदि वो पर्पस सर्व किया होता तो आज इंडिया यह नहीं कर पाता जो उसने करके दिखाया है. It's logical. So India has told the world very clearly that do whatever you want, but India and Russia are going to work together, not only in one field, but in many other fields. The second point that this visit has conveyed to the world was that this India-Russian relationship is not just about oil and defense. There is a big another angle to it which is called as trade and economy. As of now, India-Russia trade is approximately $68 billion annually, out of which India has a meager share of 5%, of $5 billion. The rest is $63 billion goes to Russia. So it's highly skewed trade, balance of trade. So in order to sort out this anomaly, the two countries have sat down during in fact there was a big business tycoons from Russia, team from Russia, I think around 80, which is said to be one of the biggest endeavors that has accompanied Putin for his foreign visits. And likewise, there was a team from Indian business houses also, and both these people have sat down to work out what all things can be worked out so that Indian exports to Russia is increased, and the balance of trade can be at least minimized to some angle. So this was another important lesson that India and Russia are moving beyond oil and defense. See, oil and defense तो जो है they are more strategic in nature. But जब ट्रेड और इकोनॉमी आ जाता है तब लोगों का there is a contact between people to people, business to business, trade to trade, and which which has its own importance in strategic as well as geopolitical sphere. So this was another important message that has gone. The third thing which I will say is the labor migration. It is said that as of now, because of war and other things, Russia is having a shortage of approximately 3 million laborers in their own country. Now to fill this gap, India has a very good opportunity, and Indian skilled workers in engineering and in other fields can go to Russia and work there, in fact settle also there. So we call this as labor migration agreement. So some development has taken place on this labor migration bill. We are yet to know the final details of this, but this was also discussed and some agreement has been signed on this. The fourth important point, which you can see it's connected, is that now onwards Russian citizens will get a 30-day visa to visit India, and also India will get a reciprocal 30-day visit to visit Russia. So this is again to boost the people-to-people contact between the two countries. Another important point between the two countries was that as of now, as we said, that there is a huge balance of trade deficit between the two countries, anomaly between the two countries, right? In fact, it is said that Russian banks are holding a lot of Indian currency and which they don't know how to spend it. So during this visit, there has been an agreement by which Russian banks can be established in India, or maybe they can increase their presence in India, which will be a big boost for the two countries to erase this Indian rupees that are being held in Russia. So what can happen is that these Russian banks sitting in India, they can issue their ETFs. Now we all know what is ETF in share market, right? So once these Russian banks issue ETF, Russian citizens can invest in these ETFs. In a way, Indian rupees that is lying in Russia can be invested in Indian stocks through these ETFs. So automatically, this Indian rupees that is lying with Russia can be converted in some other form. Right? You have a stake in Indian stocks and industry. So this is also something very unique thing that has happened, and it's also very important. The next and also important sector that was discussed was about logistics. Since this visit took a lot of time to discuss how Indian exports can be increased to Russia, right? And for that, price is important, and second thing is the time taken to send this material from India to Russia, right? That is also very important. So for that, there are 3-4 corridors that are being worked out. One is the northern transport corridor. Now this northern transport corridor goes via Iran to Russia. Okay, this will be a high-speed northern transport corridor. The second will be Chennai Vladivostok maritime corridor. Right? This is a unique corridor that is being worked out. So from the eastern side of India, that is from the port of Chennai, a logistic corridor will be maintained to the eastern corridor of Russia, where you have the port city of Vladivostok. Right? So this will also speed up the logistic exchange between the two countries. Of course, there are 2 more corridors that are being worked out. Okay. And last but not least, Russia has also invited India for shipbuilding in the Arctic region. Now this is very important as it gives India a hand or some say in the Arctic region. As we know that China is playing very aggressively in the Arctic region, and Arctic region has lot of huge reserves. In fact, it is said that it holds 30% of overall oil reserves on the earth. Right. So with this collaboration between India and Russia, India will also now have a say in the Arctic region, especially for oil exploration and things like that. Another very important thing that was being discussed is how India and Russia can bolster their partnership in the trade. And for that, it has been worked out, it has been said that there will be joint collaborations. So what type of joint collaboration? Any product that Russia requires will be jointly manufactured by the two countries. Right. This is also very important. Think over it. Right. So with this, we'll sum up. We have summed up the President Putin's visit to India and what all things have been discussed. Of course, the defense aspect of this, the Su-57 and S-400, 500 defense shield system, they were not laid out categorically, but I'm sure that they were also discussed as part of the defense deal that was that happened between the defense minister of the two countries a day before, right? So we are leaving that part, the defense part. Maybe in the new future, that was also necessary because India doesn't want America to impose its CAATSA sanctions on it, right? So this is all about President Putin's visit and what all happened. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe to our channel.